Okay, thank you. All right. Good afternoon. I'm Corporal Jose Mendez. That's Jose-Mendez with the Austin Police Department Public Information Office. So I'll start by saying that after a 3-hour standoff with an individual at this apartment complex, I'm happy to report that this incident has ended peacefully and has resulted with one person being placed into police custody. So just after 11 a.m. this morning, APD officers responded to the 9200 block of North Lake Creek Parkway here in North Austin, and that was in reference to a burglary urgent call. Now, we did have a female resident call 911 stating that her ex-boyfriend broke into her apartment and did not have permission to be there. It was also learned that this individual had an active felony warrant for family violence, assault by strangulation against a female caller. Now, when APD officers arrived on scene, they were able to make contact with the individual inside. At one point, he began acting very erratically. He barricaded himself inside the apartment and made mention of blowing the building up and not being arrested today. So based on some of that information, our officers did a great job of setting up containment on the apartment complex. They evacuated nearby residents from those apartments, and that prompted an APD SWAT call out. When SWAT was notified, they responded to the scene. They quickly took over the investigation. Officers were able to communicate with the individual inside. We had our hostage negotiators on scene doing a great job. We also had eyes on the individual as he could be seen on the balcony at certain points in time. When SWAT arrived on scene, like I said, they took over the investigation. They quickly made contact with the individual, and at some point during the investigation, they did use a distractionary device, at which time the individual inside decided it was a good time to come on out and surrender. That individual was transported to the Williamson County Jail, and again, that was for the warrant of the family violence assault by strangulation charge. I'm being told that there's no continuing threat over here at the apartment complex. This was an isolated incident. The roadways are back open, and this, like I said before, this incident has ended peacefully. I'll try to answer any questions that you might have.
During the process, the lady, it was inside the apartment, she was outside?
So the female resident was actually observing this on her security cameras. She was not in the apartment, so she was in a safe location. It was just him inside the apartment.
So there were no other people that had contact with the person inside of the apartment? No one else that had been come into any kind of contact, whether that be any kind of harm or even threatened by this individual?
No, I mean, it was just based on the behavior that he was displaying, the statements that he was making, but he did have communication with us. He made mention of wanting to communicate with some of his family members. I don't know if that actually happened, but he was contained inside the apartment alone, and no one really was in harm's way at that point.
Would you consider this kind of the model of a successful SWAT call?
Oh, most definitely. When you have a peaceful outcome like this, where minimal use of force. Like I said, they use a distractionary device. He came out shortly after. I'd say that's a very successful outcome. I will say we have one of the best SWAT teams in the country. They do a tremendous job. They're trained for these types of incidents. And so, yeah, I mean, this is a good thing when you have someone come out peacefully and it's ended peacefully.
Do you know how many people were evacuated?
I'm not sure about the number of people that were evacuated. However, it was the surrounding apartments that were kind of in contact with that specific apartment.
Does this suspect has a weapon?
I wasn't told. I wasn't informed about any weapon. So that I don't know. Any other questions? No? Thank you.